Hey, what's up guys, Andy here, and today we're reviewing over The Rising of the Shield Hero, episode 25, titled, The Rising of the Shield Hero. I thought we had one more episode. I guess this is it of this season, but they did set this up to where there is definitely high potential for season 2. I'm upset that it's over for now, though. I mean, I hope it won't be, long until the next one, probably next year or so, but I have no complaints. The episode started off where we left off and then moved into something completely different. It went from a badass fight to laid back to an absolute all bring everything home together. I have 3 pages of notes, so a lot more than the normal page to page and a half, so we've got a lot to discuss. It's early ass o'clock, and I'm still a little bit tired, but with that being said, we are going to trudge through this the best of our abilities. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about, and I'm sure you all will let me know in the comments when I screw something up, because Naofumi has officially risen to the occasion of being the Shield Hero. This is where the whole story was leading, and he's accomplished it. He is now the Shield Hero. He's no longer just the outsider, as in his words. But yeah, with that being said, we're going to jump right into this review. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you all do end up enjoying it, or just want to help the channel out in general. And let's go ahead and get this started.
They say you gotta go home, but you can't stay here. And no, I don't wanna be alone in the world out there.
So to start the episode out, we find out that there is no sign of the wave receding, and it most likely leads to they have to be defeated first. That's not really the case though, but what we do find out here is that Glass is kind of jarred by the Soul Eater's shield. She jumps back and she's kind of scared of it. It was really awkward to see, but I mean, it makes sense in the end here. Next thing we get to see here is Glass and Therese can combo skill as well as Lark and Therese. So, I guess in their world, all of the heroes technically work together as one unit because they know what they're doing here. They're like an actual formidable, line, unlike Motoyasu, Itsuki, Rin, and Naofumi. But we find out the game plan here. Naofumi is gonna fight Glass on his own because he's got the, shield that she's kind of jarred from. And Philo, Raftalia, and Melty are going to fight Lark and Therese. I found out last episode that Melty wasn't supposed to be there, and it's kind of obvious here. They just kind of added her in. And we find out that she is a vassal wielder, just like Lark, but she is the fan hero. Now, I was kind of confused on what the vassal wielder means, but I guess it's just like their weapon of choice. They never expanded upon it this episode, but we jump into our intro and title card here. And like I said, the title is The Rising of the Shield Hero, and this name was perfect for the episode. So, Naofumi and her are fighting, and he pulls out the Soul Eater shield and drains her energy, and she's hurt. We find out that it not only is she weak to this, it sucks out her life force, not just her SP. So, that being said, this shield will kill her. And she just keeps getting up and fighting him, and he's like, stop it, if you keep this up, you will die. And he goes, I don't care. I don't care about dying, you think I care? I gotta do this for my world, And she just keeps coming at him, and that's when Naofumi has a breaking point. He goes, do I want to protect this world? This was the world I was summoned to against my will and put through hell in. Is this really what I want to do? I'm over here fighting this person. Do I even care enough about this world to protect it when I would be crushing her hopes in her world? What do I do in this moment? It was really eye-opening because, he's been treated like shit here. So it's do I go for it or do I don't here? It's just one of those things, Naofumi was treated like dog shit. Now he's being expected. He's the only hero capable of doing this fight, and he's being expected to protect the whole world. But then out of nowhere, Lark throws her a potion that restores her life force, and she just starts whooping up on Naofumi, and then Raftalia jumps over, and he goes, "Why'd you do that?" And she's like, because I'm the Shield Hero's sword, you know? I'm here to help you. The next move will be the last, was her words here. And Naofumi just lit her up with a gas bomb, and she's still tanking, dude. And, you know, Lark tells her, you know, it's way too risky, don't do it. And Teresa's like, well, let's just retreat, we'll get them next time. Whatever, you know, like Team Rocket, we're blasting off again. But no. Naofumi is going into the Rage Shield because he knows whatever she's about to do is going to be fucking insane. And she goes, once I finish things off in these waves, I'll just go back home. I'm an outsider. You know, he says that, you know, like, he's an outsider, and I guess he's just prepping this, you know, Rage Shield perfect. And he goes, you, Raphtalia, Philo, Melty, that's reason enough for me to go into this shield to defeat Glass. It's reason enough to risk my own life to defeat her. And that's when, I can't remember this girl's name, I gotta look at my notes. Licia from Itsuki's party throws up these, barrel-looking things, and, this all plays back full circle to the party they had on Calmira. Naofumi explodes them, and this shit gets everywhere. And she's like, what is this? And we find out it is the, Luco berries. It's the stuff that pretty much made, Motoyasu pass the fuck out, but it doesn't affect Naofumi. So it was one of those times like, you know, what do I do here? What do I do here? You know? And we get this to where, like, we got this moment to where it was like, I was like, what the fuck? You know, like, I thought these berries were just made for wine. I mean, I guess they can make you nauseous and, like, they're rotten and stuff, but, like, how's that gonna stop an opponent here? But we get out of that. And Naofumi says, do you want to keep going? And she goes, yes, I will end this here and now. And Lark steps in and stops her. He's like, chill. You need to chill. And they retreat back to their world. So after it's all said and done, the wave recedes, and this is the girl I was talking about, Licia. We get to see more of her a little bit later on, and she's just completely hammered, because all this stuff got all over her, probably, you know, in her mouth and shit. It was weird. But we cut back to the city of Calmira, and we find out, you know, after the wave died down, Naofumi decided he's leveled up enough, you know, he's wanting to relax for a minute, and this whole fight scene was just cut so abruptly short because they're just giving us a tease. You know, Lark and all them are probably heading back and they're gonna train like all hell. But they're wanting to leave and go back to Melramick, but a storm is preventing them from leaving, even though didn't we just find out he had a teleportation, shield, like, last episode? I guess it has a cooldown, I don't know, but they're here for a few more days. And now Fumi's thinking back, he was thinking here, about Fitoria. God, I hate names. And he's like, you know, there time comes when the world demands sacrifice. He's like, is that the sacrifice between picking one world or the other? And Naofumi says something here that really hits Raphtalia. He goes, we need to recruit more people into our party, because if us cardinal heroes die, it'll be you all will be like the only hope for this world to defeat them. So we need to train some more people up. That way, if I die, you know, you all will be safe. Which is really an emotional scene, and we cut back to that later because this has all just been building on Raphtalia, and we've known that since the beginning. Because Naofumi's been open about leaving as soon as the waves are gone. So we cut over here to this girl, Licia, who was in the water attempting to commit suicide by drowning herself. We find out it's because she got kicked from Itsuki's party. And, you know, Itsuki's the bow hero, and she was really upset about it. And we find out that, her party said she broke one of Itsuki's accessories just to kind of get rid of her, because, you know, she was weak and useless, and even though she was the shining star of the wave, she literally stopped Naofumi from having to go Rage Shield and potentially saved everyone's lives, and that's probably why they did it. They didn't take kindly to her stealing the spotlight in the wave, and this is right up Naofumi's alley, because she's being falsely accused of something she didn't do, which we all know what happened to Naofumi at this point. And he looks at her and he goes, don't you want to teach Itsuki and the others a lesson? And she's like, I'm weak and I'm useless. They're right about that. And he's like, so do something about it. You showed the courage to save literally everyone's life during that wave. So join us. And she was like, you would have me in, like, you know, the cute little scene. She's got green hair. I like her, okay? I don't know if she's ever going to be strong next season or if we're never going to see her again, but this was a heartwarming moment. And they're heading back to Melramak, and this is where this episode takes the third turn into a beautiful way to end the series. This has the best ending of any show this lineup so far. I love Slime, but doesn't have a good ending as good as this. He is talking to the Queen here, and he goes, she goes, what can I offer you for your part in getting rid of the Pope and Calmira? If I don't pay you back now, I might not ever be able to pay you back because you're doing so much. With that being said, we don't get to find out. We're in the dark and it's bullshit, but we do get to find out here in a minute. But she goes, as you wish, Shield Hero, and we just see a glimpse of Raphtalia during this. So, taken to granted, it's probably going to have something to do with Raphtalia. We'll get back to that. We cut over to the boss man here talking to her, and he's like, load us up with all new gear, buddy, we're heading out. And he goes, you know, you're one lucky Missy, you know that? And she's in the dark along with us, because we don't know what the hell's going on, but it seems like everybody else in this world does. So we cut over to him in a wagon, and he still hasn't told her, but they're heading back to her fishing village. And it was a cute scene here. She meets back up with Keel, and we find out that, you know, he's been working the hardest of all the people in the village to rebuild it. And Naofumi now is the lord of the Siyats demi-human region. I don't know how to say it, guys. You know what I mean. But he rules over this now, and he's decided he's going to make it his home base. So, really cute scene here, but it gets worse from here. And what I mean by worse is more lovey-dovey, because, so he says, you know, your village was destroyed by a wave, so we're going to use this as our symbol against, to resist the waves here. Really cute scene, but right here it goes down, because she breaks down immediately, and I was like, holy shit, you know. She tells him, you know, it's like you're prepping us for a life without you. I won't let them kill you. I won't let anything happen to you. I'm your sword, and I'll always be your sword. Please, you know, don't leave us. And she goes, you know, even after the waves are over, stay with us forever. And he goes, it's been eating away at you, huh? Yeah. You know what, Raphtalia? You know, at first I was wavering on it. But now, you know, they're not anymore, you know. I've decided who I was and who I want to be, and this scene right here is my favorite in the entire series. It's Naofumi walking down the street in his old life, and someone just passes by, and it happens to be the Shield Hero, and he's looking at himself, kind of through like a third-person view here, and he's like, wow, that's me. That's who I've become. I was just this lonely, I was just a human, but I had nothing going for me, and now I'm this. And he goes, this will be our origin, our starting point, and our home. This will be our base of operations, you know. He is going to take this place and run with it for as long as he can. This is where he wants to live right now, and he's going to make it, you know, known. And they kiss here. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. They kiss. And everyone bursts through the door. We've got everybody back there. Melty, Keel, Philo, all of the old members, the witch lady who helped him in the beginning, and Philo's just running through. I wanted Master. And they raise the flag. Such a heartwarming scene. They raise the flag here, and Raphtalia says, Rafana, are you watching? We've got our flag back raised. And that's when this happens. This was really cool. It was like a book flipping, but it was just this last panel. And it goes, the recordings of the 4 cardinal weapons. And Naofumi says, this is where our story starts anew. So he's wanting his record to be known from here. Not everything he's done before now, but here. But that is the end of the episode. But it's not over yet. Don't leave, guys. Don't leave. Jesus Christ, don't leave. We've got a lot to talk about in these last few panels. We find out that old Itsuki finds out he has a domain, and he's telling his party, he's like, well, I guess that just leaves us to save the world from bad guys. So Itsuki might be changing here, but Rin is just fighting every little thing he can, even if it's just 1 XP. He's like, I will be stronger than even you, Naofumi, which I hope he does. That was my only complaint about this anime. They haven't gave any good things to any of the other heroes, but I guess that's how it was supposed to be. But we find Motoyasu finds out, and Mind's trying to belittle it, and he's like, let's go visit him sometime. And he's like, you should be open to it. He used some big word, I forgot what it was, but this is what I really want to talk about. The Queen's going to talk to Trash. Yeah, that's his name. And he's talking to 2 guys, and he's like, I'm counting on you 2. Mark my words, this will play something into later on. These 2 guys right here are going to try to take down Naofumi's settlement. I am convinced of that, but the last scene was kind of odd. We got to see our old salesman here, our old slave salesman. I'm not sure why, but he's talking. He's like, I trust that Naofumi will bring an even better, or he'll become an even better patron and bring even more profit. So I guess Naofumi's gonna buy out all the slaves this dude owns, but I don't know. That's the end of the episode and the end of the season, but I'm happy. This is like when I watched Full Metal Alchemist. I knew there wasn't any more of it, and I knew there was never going to be any more, but I was happy. There is a lot of potential for more, but if there is never any more, this was a decent way to end it. I mean, we didn't get to see the ending fight between Glass, Lark and them, so there is definitely room to open it up, but they wrapped it up nicely as a season. This is what I want from anime, and I'm happy with it. But with that being said, guys, if y'all did enjoy the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all next time. Peace out.
Take a moment right here, feeling like it's out gear, driving towards the sun with a rose and a gun. Feel the wind in my hair.